Disclaimer, if you are triggered by divination, astrology, tarot, and worldly discussions, this channel is not for you. Please enjoy.
Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Wisdom and Light here, and I am back with another celeb reading. So for the month of November, I am basically going to be knocking out the list of celebrity readings that you guys wanted to see that was highly requested. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Bianca, but most people know me as Miss J. Hi, and welcome to Wisdom and Light. It feels good to be back. It feels good to just jump into some things. So right now I'm currently outside by the garden. I'm sitting by the pool, not too far from the garden, and it's raining right now, but I just love this energy and I love a good storm. So we're going to be pulling some cards and see the energy that is surrounding this situation and what is to come. So we're going to be looking into NBAYoungBoy. We're going to be looking into Yaya. I want to focus on NBAYoungBoy. I'm not going to spend too much time on Yaya, no offense guys, but I'm just going to focus on NBAYoungBoy. A lot of you guys have been asking me to pull. I think he changed his name. That's why I'm trying to be respectful and say NBAYoungBoy, but I know it was NBAYoungBoy. I can't keep up with nobody, child. I cannot keep up. It's always something. Somebody changing their name. Somebody just... I'm too old. But anyways, I'm doing this because I love you guys, and he was on the list and he was highly requested. Okay. The sun. Oh, okay. The Fool. The Page of Swords. So this is just an energetic message that I'm sensing for him. So what I'm feeling for NBAYoungBoy is the Knight of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups, the Ace of Cups. Now that he is out and more than likely he's on house arrest, I actually feel that this is a very beautiful time for him to actually release music, because his fan base, they're craving his return. They want more. They want an album. They want something. And the message that I'm hearing is, don't overthink it, just do it. So this is for NBAYoungBoy. He can't overthink it. He can't assume that the worst is going to happen. He actually gets a lot of anxiety in a sense of how he wants to portray himself to the world. So even though he's gotten into a lot of trouble and he's made a lot of poor choices, he actually has a lot of anxiety in a sense of he wants to make sure that he's showing up for his fan base. So I will say he has a big heart and he's very appreciative of all the support that he's been getting. And the message that I'm hearing from his spiritual team, I keep hearing he doesn't want to let you guys down. So he doesn't want to let anyone down because he knows that the situation that he's in, I keep hearing, is the song that never ends. And he knows that there's more to this. As a matter of fact, more information is going to be coming out where he's going to be battling this a little bit longer. I think something did come out where he has to appear in court. And I think some state, I forgot the state. If you guys know, you guys can leave a comment down below. And he knows that this is going to be a long fight. He knows. So it's like, while I'm fighting this, I might as well make the best of it. I might as well show up. I might as well make this happen. I might as well surround myself with my children. I might as well catch up with people. I might as well tie up some loose ends and make things right. He wants to do that, but there is an energy of he also wants to be to himself. So he wants to see his kids, but he doesn't want to see a lot of the mothers. He wants to see his kids. I'm picking up on that. He wants to see his kids, but he's not interested in seeing the mothers right now because some of them have expectations of him in a sense of where do we stand, what are we going to do, or whatever. And he doesn't want to get anybody's hopes up. Right. So it's like he doesn't want to deal with women right now. He just wants to be with his children because I'm picking up on at least 4 of them that have these expectations. And I don't know what the fuck it is with women that get so turned on with the idea of, oh my God, he just got out of prison. Oh my God. Like, I don't know. I don't know what that energy is. Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know. Is it prison peen? Is it prison dick? Like, what is it? Because how these girls, like the energy in this reading, they're just like, oh my God, he's been in there for so long, he needs me. And his energy is very, I actually just want to be with my kids, and I want to be to myself because all of y'all put expectations on me, and how about I'm not in the mood to meet them? I just got to be there for my kids. I got to show up for my kids, and then I'm going to hit the studio. I'm going to make this happen. I got to do this. But he's got women throwing, I'm going to say it. He's got women throwing coochie from the east, from the west, from the north, from the south. And he's literally just trying to just be like, I'm trying to make the best of this. So there's a lot of temptation in this reading, and he knows that. And while he was in there, intuitively, there was someone that was giving him sound advice, someone that's been in there for a minute, and they were giving him sound advice, even though he kept to himself for most of the time. He's seen some things, he's had some rough experiences, and he's also battling sadness. He's battling things within himself. So what's happening is, because also he's a Libra, right? Libras don't do well with making decisions right on the spot. I love you, Libras, and you guys are probably like saying, yup, that's true. Not that you guys don't know how to make good decisions, but when it's on the spot like that and everybody's pressuring you, that's where you guys start to overthink things, and then it's hard for you, and then you want to do your research and make sure you're making the right choice. So right now he gets out, everybody's asking him, okay, when are you going to do this? When are you going to do that? How are you going to do this? And he's like, I want to be left alone. And he's actually upset that the news got out that he got released, because he wanted it to be quiet. He wanted to just kind of keep to himself, and then he will announce it. But nothing is kept quiet in this day and age. We don't live in those times anymore where you can just do things under the radar, unless you have a lot of people that are willing to keep your secret or you paid them off. So he didn't have that type of privacy, and he wanted that privacy. So even though his reading is very positive, there's a lot of negativity here, in a sense of there are people that will drag him in the mud and get him caught up. So let's shuffle some more. He is going to be working on coming out with more music, and he's trying to come out with as much as he can and be focused on work, because he doesn't know if he's going to actually serve time. He's aware of his situation. He's not 100% sure. I don't feel like he's going to serve as much time as he thinks he's going to serve, but he's not trying to get his hopes up. He's assuming the worst, and he's preparing for the worst. That's why in his reading, he's preparing to come out with a lot of music, with a lot of content, with a lot of... He wants to mend bridges, I'm hearing. He wants to mend bridges with someone. He wants to mend a bridge with someone that he fell out with. He just wants to make amends. He doesn't want any bad blood with anyone. There are a group of people that have bad blood with him. It does feel, I don't know what that is, but he's doing his best to keep his distance from it. He really wants to keep to himself. He's debating if he wants to get back on social media, but then a part of him doesn't want to. And honestly, he shouldn't. Personally, he shouldn't. He should just, maybe have an account where he's under the radar. He doesn't have a lot of people that he can trust. That's something that's coming through. So what I'm hearing is he needs to be mindful of who he shares. Whoever that he's sharing with, whoever that he's like confiding in, he really shouldn't trust this person. He really shouldn't trust anyone for the rest of this year, to be really honest. And I hate to say it, that goes for women. That goes for women. That goes for women. It feels like women. It doesn't feel like male energy per se. It feels like women. He can't trust it. Okay, the Chariot. He wants to move forward. The Two of Cups. So he is making a commitment to his music. He's making a commitment with himself before he has to go to court. And this is the Judgment card. So that's his energy as of right now. Now, I want to see what is to come with his case. What is going to be unraveling. I want to see what is to come with his case. Will he serve time? They're going to keep rescheduling his court hearing. They're going to keep moving things around. They're going to keep trying to get deals with him. because he has a good lawyer team and they're pushing for a positive outcome. The Page of Cups. He could actually get a good deal. He could actually walk away from this, but it all depends on who and what he chooses to entertain going forward. He can actually just be on house arrest for a very long time and he's limited to going to certain places. He can actually be okay with that. However, it's very his reading is very the energy here, and this is not even about the cards because the cards here are positive, but I'm hearing this caution for him. You can make or break your situation. So young boy has to be very mindful of who he's choosing to be around him, what he's entertaining, what he's allowing in his space. He really needs to just be to himself and be at peace. But there's women that want his attention, and no offense, but these women are like very stressful and they're all just like they're complaining in his ear, and it's just kind of like, he just got out of prison. Can you guys just, I don't know, focus on something else? Just give him his space, give him his time, let him figure this out. Like, y'all cannot all just be trying to jump on his dick like this. This is ridiculous. Based on this reading, this is crazy. And you know something? That's a compliment for a young man. You know, that's a compliment. Oh, see, I got options. That's great. But he's not, his energy is very, I know what I got, but I'm not on that right now. As much as you think he would be. He's really just like, I need to just really be with myself because what I experience and what I've been through and what I'm facing with, it's triggering me, it's bothering me, and they're not helping me heal. Like, they're not helping me, and I gotta help myself. Like, that's his mindset right now. But the problem is he has people around him that kind of peer pressure him, or they kind of make him feel weird that he's thinking this way for himself. This generation is so damn toxic. Oh my God. He needs to be on a beach and just cleansing himself. He needs to just douse himself in salt water, because even the energy that he was around. Okay, so young boy is actually very empathic. He's very empathic and he needs a cleanse. He needs a cleanse. He needs to reset and recharge himself. So this is not a good time for him to be exchanging energies with other people, because the thing is, these women that want him, and this is including Yaya, these women that want him, they all want to get something from him. And I get it. They love him or whatever the case. Whatever. We've all been there. But when the person is not 100% okay, it's like they're pouring out of an empty pot. Like, they don't have anything to give you. They can't give you that because they're not okay. So when they can't reciprocate that energy, you get upset. Like, or the woman gets upset. She gets like, oh my God, I can't believe this. Well, he's a man. He's not going to turn down sex per se, but it's just kind of like, you know, I can't do this. You know, I can't give this to you. I can really only be a father right now. That's his energies. And it makes me wonder, is he with somebody right now? Because that's his energy. And it's like he doesn't want to be rude and say it. He doesn't want to be mean. He doesn't want to hurt anyone's feelings. That's another thing. He cares about not hurting people's feelings. So he's actually become very sympathetic and very empathic since he's been in there. Because before he wasn't like that. He was more fiery back then. And I even felt, I'm even feeling the shift in his energy. So he's evolving. He's growing up. He's getting older. And some of the things that he was drawn to, he's not drawn to that anymore. He's not. There's still a lot of parts of him that's the same, but he's evolving in a sense of he understands that not everyone is good company. And he's also learning to say no when he knows that he should say no. He's working on not giving into temptation so much. His reading is filled with temptation now. There's a lot of happiness in his reading. There's a positive outcome with his court, but that only depends on who he allows in his circle, because if he allows anyone that's going to kind of get him into stuff, he's right back where he started. So I wouldn't say that his freedom is concrete. I wouldn't say that it's set in stone, but it's very shaky. Meaning any little thing that he does going forward, even failing a drug test, he's right back in. So this is a very sensitive time for him, and he's not technically free 100%. I think he's out on bond, or he has other court hearings and they're still making decisions. So Right now, he's being watched, and he has to be making good decisions going forward so they can be easy on him. Because something about these charges, it feels like the people that were around him had these guns. They weren't technically his per se, but because he was holding them or it was there, it's a hot mess. So again, it speaks about being in the wrong place at the wrong time. And I'm not saying that he's innocent because he had no business in that environment, but did the people around him make the situation better? No. And he knows that. He's actually taking this fall because of his status, because everybody else involved, from what I'm feeling, because I feel like there's other people involved, like, it's like they're trying to make him out to be an example. That's unfortunate, but that's what happens when you have influence. So let's look into Yaya. But just to end off his energy reading, he just needs to keep to himself. He needs to release his music. He needs to be with his family. The women around him, however many girlfriends or one girlfriend that he has, she needs to be patient with him. What I can say is everyone around him can't make it about themselves. People have to consider him. And I don't feel that people consider him. And then granted, he's made mistakes. He wasn't the most considerable person back in the day. I'm not here to say that he's a saint. But in this scenario, people just have to give him time. And I feel like that's fair. Just give him that time. If you guys want to be in his face and you guys want all of this from him and you want answers, give him that time to figure that out. Because everybody's in his face and he's getting anxiety, and it's like, leave me alone. I don't have an answer for you. And you would think that he would want to be up under somebody, but even if he is, he still is kind of like, when she takes a nap, I can finally just think and be to myself. Four of Cups. Yeah, he's in a meditative space. He's thinking. Four of Cups. Queen of Cups. Yeah, see? There's an emotional woman. There's a woman that's like, she wants Queen of Cups. There's a woman here that wants from him. And then the Seven of Pentacles. And it's like, I have to figure out how I'm going to survive. I have to figure out how I'm going to pay for this. Is the music that I have in the vault, is it even good enough? He doesn't know. He needs time. But you know, what do I know? What do I know? Anyway, let's look into Yaya. Let's look into her crazy tail self. Child, let's look into Yaya. Is she going to the prison? Oh my goodness. Will Floyd even allow that to happen? I'm not convinced that she's going to serve time. I'm sorry. I'm not convinced that she's going to serve the type of time. I'm just not, but that's just me assuming. I haven't pulled the cards yet. But the energy just feels very, we're going to do our best to buy out a lot of what you created. So Floyd is paying a pretty penny for this. And I've said this in the readings that I've done for them in the past. So Floyd is still behind the scenes paying for this. He just doesn't want to make this a public thing. He's even paying for this to not be in the news or in the blogs. Like we saw it that one time, and spirits keep telling me it's because that slipped out of their hands. Celebrities do pay these blogs to keep certain things quiet or to stall it until they can't hide it anymore. And I do feel like this piece of information that we know about Yaya, it kind of came out a little too fast, or Floyd was too late in paying or making that transaction. I do feel that. The mother is worried. The mother is spiraling. The mother and Yaya are in prayer, or they're just trying to remain positive in the situation. And the thing with Yaya is saying that when Yaya experienced that, she blacked out. So she doesn't even remember what she did, but the victim does. She does. She does. She remembers. The Four of Cups. She's in a meditative space too. Okay. The King of Wands. She is thinking about him who's gotten out. Okay. There is someone else that is catching her attention. But young boy being out is either throwing her off or making her think. This is her father, the King of Pentacles. Okay. This is, see, they're paying a lot of money. The Six of Pentacles, giving and receiving. And this is like about balance in a way. They're paying a lot of money. Five of Swords. It's a win-lose or lose-lose situation. So either way, they're losing something. She's losing something. The Six of Cups. Okay? This is addressing her past. This is addressing what has happened. Addressing an event when you were younger or when you flew off the handle. Okay. So what is the verdict? Is she going to be serving time? The Queen of Swords, the Eight of Cups, the Two of Swords. Guys, it's going to get heavy for her. It's going to get heavy for her. Because the judge that she has is, They're even working very hard to make sure that this court hearing is very quiet. How we see every little thing that's been happening with R. Kelly's case, they don't want that to be for Yaya. Because Yaya is actually very emotional about this, and she's very scared about this. And people keep thinking she's just thinking about being with YoungBoy, but YoungBoy is kind of like the catalyst as to why this happened in her eyes. She walked in on something or whatever, and she flew off the handle all because of, quote-unquote, his actions. So, as much as she is thinking about him, in a way, she's thinking, I should keep my distance from you and just love you from afar and just get you to come see your kid, or I'll come meet you halfway so you can see your kid. But, you know, I'm not sure. But it looks like it's going to be hard. And because this case is going to be hard, because there's evidence that this has happened, and it's just not looking good no matter how you spin it, Floyd's team is going to try to prolong this case, because the longer that it stretches out, the less of the punishment that you get. And that's only if money is involved, by the way. When there's no money involved, you're just going to go under the prison. But because there's a lot of money here, because I'm seeing a lot of money, they could try to stretch this out for as long as they can, so everyone, the prosecutors, everyone can kind of get exhausted with it and just be like, you know what, let's just strike a deal. Let's just do this or that. Let's just put her on house arrest. Oh, the privilege of being rich, because this is not the reality for people that get themselves in stuff like this. It's crazy. So it looks like they're going to stretch this out, what I'm sensing. Yup, they're going to stretch this out. Now because I got the Temperance, Balance, 2, 2, the Lovers, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. They're going to stretch this out for as long as they can. The Moon. They want to keep this hidden. They want to keep this quiet. The Ace of Swords. The Three of Cups. Justice. If they stretch it out, she could get a fair outcome, even though personally you did it, so you need to face the consequences. I'm a Capricorn, so you know I'm not with the BS. I'm not. But because this is her reading, I will say there is a small light at the end of the tunnel here, but it's very small. It's very small. So Floyd is going to be paying a lot of money. A lot of monies. Circling back to YoungBoy, he's meant to have 10 children. I don't know how many he has now, but he's meant to have 10 children. He's comfortable with that, or he already knows that that's the case. I don't feel like he's trying to make it happen right now, but that's definitely an energy for him, that he's meant to have 10 children. And whoever that has his last child is someone that he actually was just like infatuated with, and that's going to be the one that he loves the most. And something about her, she feels slightly older than him, maybe 2-3 years older than him. That's interesting. I don't know why I heard that. Okay, but that's not anytime soon, but he is promised to have a total of 10 children. He probably has one on the way, or a baby was just born. He's meant to have 10 children. 12 would be pushing it, but I'm seeing 10 solid. 10. And intuitively, he actually could have had 12, because I'm feeling that some girls had abortions. They regretted it though, by the way, because he wasn't who he was when they did it. I just heard that. So he technically he technically could have had 12 kids. But for right now, I'm seeing number 10. So this is what's going to happen. Yaya, this case is going to be stretching out for a long time. It's not looking good for her. So my prediction is the strategy they're going to do is push it as far as they can so they can get what they want out of it. So a lot of money is going to get paid, and so long as Yaya doesn't piss off her father, it could work out, but it's very up in the air. And because it's up in the air, there is a strong possibility that she could be serving time from what it looks like. It does feel it, and that is my prediction. It doesn't look good for her, guys. It doesn't. But if she doesn't piss off her father and they pay enough money and they do a lot of sweet talking, they could strike her a deal. They could. And that might even cause an uproar because that's unjust. But hey, we live in a world where money talks. As for YoungBoy, he's on thin ice as well. Everybody in this reading is on thin ice, and they just need to be on their best behavior going forward. You know, if YoungBoy could get back with any of his baby mothers, it would be Jania. Of course, it would be her. But she feels very focused on herself. She doesn't feel like she's in this. I don't feel her energy at all. He is proud of her on who she has become, and he's proud of her that she's healed from everything. So he actually admires how much she's grown. Yeah, the Empress. Yeah, he feels like she's beautiful, and she's grown so much. She's grown into who she needs to become. But, you know, of course, there is a woman here. There is a woman in his life that wants a lot of his attention. Five of Cups. And I just, guys, he's very sad. He needs to just really be with himself. All right, guys, that's what I'm seeing. I'm gonna keep knocking down the list. Let me know how you felt about this reading. Let me know, how do you guys feel about the predictions where I'm seeing more children. I'm seeing that if he stays on his best behavior, he could just get a lot of house arrest and he won't be able to travel to certain places. But if he slips and trusts the wrong people, he could end up right back where he started. It's going to be a lot of lawyers, a lot of negotiating, and a lot of speaking, and he's actually reaching an enlightenment that he wasn't going to learn if he wasn't in this situation. So everything that's happening around him is happening for a reason, and I am predicting that he's going to do his best to bring out a lot of music, to pay debts and to pay his bills and to have money for his children. He's very focused on his children right now. He would benefit from having a therapist. He would benefit from even getting readings. He would benefit from it. He's actually capable of being very spiritual. But I don't feel like anyone around him has opened that door. But he is avoiding, I keep hearing he's avoiding his family. He's like his mom or like adults. He's just kind of like, I don't have an answer. So, you know, if you guys love him, keep him in your prayers, and hopefully he learns from his mistakes. And as for Yaya, her situation doesn't look as good. So we're just gonna, there might be a part 3 to this reading, or there might be another continuing reading to this. But my prediction is, if she gets out of this, his father paid a lot of money. But it's not looking good. So hopefully I'm wrong. It would be sad if she's gonna serve time, but you know, we'll see. Anyways, I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up or a thumbs down, whatever you do. I appreciate it. Leave a comment down below. How did you feel about this reading and the predictions that was said? It's not looking good for Yaya, guys. I'm sorry. There's a slight chance for YoungBoy, ironically, but Yaya is very shaky, so they're gonna have to get their money up and lawyer up. I love you guys, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye, guys.